think there's a lot of parents, and at times I probably throw myself into this bucket. I think there's a lot of parents that don't necessarily want to take the path they're taking, but they look around and they see no reasonable alternative and they say, I don't love it. I don't love specialization. I don't love traveling out of town every weekend, but my kid loves playing this sport. There's no real other opportunity to do it at the level. So there's like a keeping up with the Joneses effect, right? And then it kind of snowballs. It's okay, your kid wants to play on this team. The expectation, if you're going to be on this team, you better be good. So what do you do on your off days? You go get private coaching. You do private workouts and private lessons, because if you don't, you can't be on that team. And then, so it just keeps snowballing and snowballing. I think if you ask parents, pause, are you doing this because you feel like you have no other alternative? Or are you doing this because you really in your heart think this is the best path? I think their answer, if they're being honest, was, we don't want to do this, but we don't know what else to do. Everyone else is doing it, so we're just doing what they're doing.
100%. Yeah, you're afraid
and you don't know who the one's starting it.
I don't want to fall behind.
You don't want to everyone's fearful their kid's falling behind. And if you find out your neighbors down the street are doing 3 days a week of private shooting practices and they made the top team in travel basketball, okay, it looks like that's the path to making that basketball team. My kid says he wants to make it. We're going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I will.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the bullet train. You feel like the bullet train is leaving the station at age 8, and you're either going to put your kid on it or they're going to miss out on all the benefits that sports can
And I think
provide. Most
people recognize that if you are a Little League pitcher into the World Series Little League pitcher, that means something. And what we understand is that what that means is that you are a youth great kid. You're a great pitcher as a kid.
Correct.
It does not mean you're going to make it to the pros.
If elite 12-year-olds meant elite athletes, every kid in the Little League World Series, every kid who was the dominant 7th grade football player, that the NFL would. Now, Adrian Peterson was a dominant 7th grade football player. He was a dominant 12th grade football player, and there's always the exceptions. LeBron James. For 99.9% of the families, those are not the paths that you're even remotely trying to simulate. That does not apply to anyone's kid. That you can almost like carte blanche say that across the board. For the amount of people who that path applies to, it's not even worth even really considering that.